Hello and Happy New Year to you all. My name is Amina Mohammed, Special Advisor to the UN Secretary General on the post-2015 development planning, and it is an honor to share this message with you today, if only from far away in New York. I received with considerable excitement news that a large number of young Nigerians under the movement called GenVoices have come together to inspire hope in the Nigerian dream and nurture a new breed of young leaders in Nigeria. Indeed, history and the world we live in today are replete with young stories of young people who've taken it upon themselves to ensure not only the greatness of their generation, but also that they leave an admirable legacy for those who come after them. Allow me to emphasize, however, that you meet today against a backdrop of a world with significant challenges, both existing and emerging. Lives and livelihoods are being increasingly devastated by the impact of climate change and other shocks. Poverty and inequalities still persist, and conflict, oppression, and violence continue to claim the lives of innocents from Syria through to the Central African Republic, to the Philippines, and even here in Nigeria. In all regions of the world, young people are facing marginalization, disaster, economic hardship, and political uncertainty. Unemployment is on the rise. So too is intolerance, disillusionment, and impunity. For the United Nations, the pursuit of social justice for all is at the core of our global mission to promote development and human dignity. Over the next 2 years, the world will be defining a new sustainable development framework to succeed the Millennium Development Goals. And this is both a great opportunity and a huge responsibility for the United Nations and the rest of the international community. The post-2015 development agenda provides us with a real and unique opportunity for achieving peaceful, sustainable, resilient, equitable, and prosperous coexistence within and among nations by advancing social justice, human dignity, and responsible management of global common goods. Young people, I believe, can no longer be seen as just the recipients or beneficiaries of government policy, but as the leaders or partners in the future agenda setting and implementation. Your practical commitments and activism can encourage political and community leaders to act more courageously in protecting the people and our planet. You bring with you today the strengths of our diverse aspirations, cultures, and beliefs. You speak to the heart of humanity's deepest needs, our concerns and hopes for the world. Together, we must intensify our efforts to achieve a more inclusive, equitable, and sustainable development path built on dialogue, well-being, transparency, and social justice. That is the world that we want, and we must collectively work to secure it. Much appreciated is, of course, the timely involvement of the several amongst you in the ongoing UN-led efforts within Nigeria and across Africa at the global level that are helping to shape the world and the future you want. Ladies and gentlemen, yours is the first generation with the resources and the know-how to end extreme poverty and put our planet on a sustainable development course before it's too late. A movement like GenVoices not only holds great promise, but also has the possibility to have a positive and defining impact on the rest of Africa and the African diaspora who may look up to Nigeria for inspiration and direction. This movement needs to inspire others to take pride in their home nation, and I am confident that the fruits of your labor will inspire young people to become involved in the arduous task of nation building and to believe that it can indeed be done. I wish all of you a really constructive gathering, and thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much. Dear friends, it's my pleasure to join Amina Mohammed in addressing you today. She is an inspiring leader at the international level and a role model for many and for this young generation. I would like to congratulate Generation Voices for organizing this important event, as well as your ongoing efforts to promote youth political engagement in Nigeria, a theme that is no doubt one of high importance. I'm often asked, how can young people work with the United Nations? In fact, working with the United Nations means as much as subscribing to values like respect of human rights, promoting peace and security, justice and dignity for all human beings. if you believe in these core values, you can work in tandem with the United Nations. And your work through the generation of voices, which brings together young people who are committed to build and promote democracy and youth participation, is exactly an example of this. I commend your work, and I am personally a fan of your page on Facebook. You posted a few days ago on your page that any politician, leader, or potential office holder who wants your vote or endorsement to lead people should be rated against a checklist. A checklist that reflects what Nelson Mandela would do. So you have the criteria against which you will be evaluating politicians. And you have the determination to mobilize your peers. And today, I'm addressing you to say that you have the support of your Envoy in Youth at the United Nations. As the United Nations Secretary General's Envoy in Youth, it's my responsibility to advocate for the concerns and demands of the largest generation of youth the world has ever seen. Young people have the energy and ideas to change our world for the better. But young people are also faced with the hardest unemployment crisis in a long time. They are most vulnerable to development challenges such as poor education and lack of access to healthcare and other basic services. Presently, there are more than 73 million young persons unemployed around the world. To keep up with the current trends, we must create more than 600 million jobs in the next 15 years. Hundreds of millions of youth today are directly affected by conflicts. They are losing their homes, missing out on education, and too many cases are used as tools to perpetrate conflicts. These are very serious issues that can affect not only the young generations, but the world as a whole. Despite of all these challenges, my message to you today that youth are the solutions. We need you to act as global citizens and work to conquer these challenges. At the United Nations, we are committed to supporting youth towards these goals. So I want to take this opportunity to invite you to partner with the United Nations. Subscribe to the core values of the United Nations and connect with us, ask questions, and be proactive. In an era of global networking, it's not difficult to exchange ideas and expertise. To strengthen the democratic values, we all know that we need to support the networking of young talents to exchange democratic ideas and resources. Young people can act as both partners and ambassadors for peaceful development, but only if you strive to be heard and make yourselves partners in the decision-making processes. Every young person today has the responsibility to influence his or her own future. And to do so, you need to work in partnership with your government as well as with the private sector, media, academia, civil society, and with the UN agencies to ensure that your voices are heard. I count on all of you to make your voices heard, loud and clear in all issues concerning your lives. I look forward to visiting Nigeria soon to learn more how the United Nations can continue supporting the youth development programs in the country. And at the end, I wish you all fruitful debates, and I look forward to hearing about the outcomes of your important gathering. Wish you all success, and I thank you very much.